Your reporters are now tracking a second group of gray wolves set to be introduced in Colorado this year. And these wolves, they're coming from Canada. The first full year of wolf reintroduction was controversial. 3 wolves died while 9 others are still on the western slope. And the people in Colorado who have been impacted by the wolves the most, well, they're not giving up on pushing through their frustrations. Your reporter in the mountains, Spencer Wilson, has been covering this back and forth on the wolf reintroduction for us since the start. Spencer, there are people who are trying to stop wolf reintroduction the same way that it was put into place.
That's true, and they were originally trying to stop this next batch coming in from British Columbia as well, but we just saw a petition fail with Colorado Parks and Wildlife. The other opportunity to try and stop additional wolves would be go to the legislator, but it's unlikely that they would do anything considering this was passed by the will of the people. And that's where this new idea comes from, going back to the people and hoping that their minds have changed from 2020 for 2026. See how Colorado feels about wolves again.
There's frustration from a lot of ranchers in the high country who are not only living with wolves in their backyard, but doing so after an incredibly close vote in 2020, where the people who didn't want wolves were generally the ones living where they would be introduced. And those of them who did want wolves were living in cities on the Front Range.
I believe that Front Range voters are starting to read those stories and be more sensitive to the plight of their fellow Coloradans, and not necessarily the hopes and dreams of the pro-wolf community.
That's the hope, at least, of Patrick Davis, the man spearheading the efforts to get wolves back on the ballot in 2026. He points to a lot of similar arguments we've heard from ranchers: a lack of transparency in the process of reintroduction, confusing specifics in the plan, and danger to their herds and families. But Davis is looking for sympathy from an unusual ally here: wolf supporters.
In the end, this is really unfair to the wolves themselves. Look, we introduced wolves that were not familiar to Colorado into our environment, and we expected them to not act like the apex predators that they are. But a wolf is going to be a wolf, and they're going to find something to eat.
That's also because we've lost 3 wolves now in Colorado, 2 of which have been found to have bullet wounds, only one of them being currently investigated as a poaching incident, which is a felony offense. Davis believes it's in the wolves' best interest to not be flown in from out of state or out of the country, and it would solve ranchers' problems too.
And our goal is to reverse a wrong that we believe happened in 2020 and maybe start fresh. I don't know where it goes from there, but our first step is to stop the bleeding and to get the wolf reintroduction repealed.
And he thinks he'll get his goal of 20,000 signatures in the 6 months that he has to do it.
The momentum is on our side.
Now, there's an important note on this. Should he get enough signatures once circulating that ballot, and it should actually go onto the ballot for folks in 2026, and then should it actually pass, Davis isn't trying to get rid of the wolves we currently have here. He says what's done is done. Those wolves are here to stay. But he does want to stop additional wolves from coming in, and Colorado Parks and Wildlife has a plan to bring in between 10 and 15 additional wolves each year for the next 3 years to make sure that the reintroduction efforts are successful. Live in Summit County, Spencer Wilson, covering Colorado First.
Hopefully we'll find a way to figure all this out. Spencer, thank you. Spencer, of course, you're a reporter in the mountains, lives in Summit County, and has been following this story for all of us, plus others like it that impact your communities. So if you have a story idea for him, he wants to hear from you, just reach out to him on our website,